Suplexes and stuff where legends collide. In the wrestling ring, we take you for a ride. Join us for the chaos, the suplexes, the stuff, because it's time for a podcast that's a diamond in the rough. Suplexes and Stuff is a podcasting pinnacle where the reviews are for fun and usually not cynical. What's up, friends and foes, suplexers and suplexies? It's a miracle because it's another week and there's another podcast coming out. We got some big things coming up this weekend as far as, I do believe WWE is having two events. Hold on, let me see. Nope, guys, that's next month. June 9th is going to be AEW NXT Battleground in Las Vegas. This upcoming weekend is going to be Double or Nothing in Las Vegas and Queen of the Ring, the Blood Money Show in Saudi Arabia. That's like a Saturday, real early. But yeah, it's definitely a hot week of shows. Got two big pay-per-view events coming up at the end of the week here. I wanted to cover last week tonight. Whatever. Yeah, so I wanted to cover that stuff. Get you guys down with the program. Put my note and my spin on my intake of wrestling for that week. But before that, your boy did get a like by Tony Khan. Ooh, I'm gonna put some claps and applauses and stuff right here. Not one time, but two times, but I do believe this is like the third time randomly. So, I just wanted to say with AEW stuff coming up, with the TV deals and things like that, some things I wanted to see happen between AEW and Ring of Honor. Just wanted to mention a couple things that I wanted to personally see. I'd like to see Ring of Honor definitely find a better streaming platform. The Honor Club is great and all, but I just feel like it'd be better, that content would be better either on a major streaming platform alongside of AEW, so you can go back and get all their televised stuff and past pay-per-views all in one place, even if that's making your own streaming service at this point and including all of that, but making the app work as good as an HBO Max, a Netflix, a Peacock. Well, Peacock is kind of hit and miss either too, because you really can't rewind a pay-per-view when you go into it. It's kind of weird, like it should automatically be DVRing anyway, but it doesn't. It comes up like, I want to say half hour to an hour after the program. So like if you even like 15 minutes late to a pay-per-view, God forbid you're getting a snack, or you're filling up your drink cup, or filling up Fido's bowl, filling up Great Granny's bowl, either two, or whatever you're going to be doing there before you jump into the pay-per-view, and now you're several minutes late and you can't back up. I digress. They need a better place. I don't really think TV's necessary, especially if you can get that stuff on a better platform. But as far as that goes, and then the Ring of Honor stuff that we've been seeing is really great. They've nailed it down to that 1 hour time. Sometimes there's way too much going on. There's way too many matches. And I feel like the way to do that is to bring back a dark elevation platform. And now obviously with the TV stuff, they didn't want them to get too much free stuff on YouTube. They didn't want there was a conflict between content there. But on this new platform, or if you're doing it your own way, whatever, I feel like this is a better way. You're creating content for this platform, for this provider, for yourself, or whatever. You're giving it. You don't need two like Dark and Dark Elevation, but you got at least one more show to get all these people on. Run it like Dark Elevation, and some side matches and people that may be on the offskirts. I think AEW Dark and Dark Elevation. Let me go into a tirade here, a rant. The pandemic had served AEW Dark and Dark Elevation the best, in my opinion. They had really thrived from all those people hopping into, a lot of places being shut down, not working. So there was a lot of freelance people not having a place to go to. They were popping up constantly in AEW Dark Elevation. You never knew who you were going to see. That was one element of what made Dark Elevation cool to me. But I feel like you add that one more show, and then you still get that element if you throw in a bunch of people who you normally see on TV or you haven't seen in quite a while. They're on there working and grinding, and just on this idea came to me when I was watching Being the Elite, Being the Dark Order, and the Dark Order was talking about how they had a dark match, but the wins and losses still counted on towards the records. I just thought maybe it's a little bit more content for the streaming provider. If you're going on a streaming, if you're going on the streaming service or making your own, it's more content, and then you get the matches with these people. You can keep you can keep Dark, you can keep Ring of Honor shorter, like it is an hour or so, and it's been very, very well good mixed between promos and matches. The time frame out was very good, except when it's straight up match for an hour straight. Even me, I'm pretty far into the trenches of watching professional wrestling on a weekly basis, but sometimes it just gets too much when you got 13 and up matches on a card. It's hard to keep up with, and now I'm 7 minutes into the introduction. But that I want to see maybe one more. I want to see them on a streaming platform or maybe on television, but that's not really necessary to me anyway. And we'll talk a little bit more about AEW upcoming here. I'm going to do a live and do a predictions video, but we'll talk a little bit more about that on that live video. So I want to see them on the platform. I want to see maybe a little bit more content, maybe just that, or I don't think that really definitely needs to be like an hour-long match. AEW Dark, this version of whatever you might want to come up with, I'd say about 30 to 45 minutes, several matches, not run the gauntlet, keep it short. Get a couple of promos from people you haven't really seen or heard from in a while. Get a couple matches from them people. Get them grinding on towards a positive win and loss records. And another thing is I wouldn't mind if they did like the TNA angle to where they kept these AEW and Ring of Honor pay-per-views premium events to where you have to go in there and pay for them, but as long as there's a time frame to where you can go back like a month later and watch that pay-per-view event, they have it set up like that to where if you're on that subscription service, you can go back through a month later and watch the tentpole events. Now most of the pay-per-views are on there anyways, the day they air, but there's like several tentpole events that you have to pay for. So taking that method into play, I wouldn't mind if AEW kept the pay-per-view events timed out on a time frame that then went onto the streaming platform. But yeah, that's pretty much everything of what I want to see with AEW going forward. As someone who's been watching since day one, definitely need that back catalog of. And I know AEW Dark and Dark Elevation is on YouTube, but I just feel like you put it on wherever you're going to be. More content. You know, just more stuff to watch. I'd feel like more inclined to watch. Go back through and watch years worth of. There's some great matches on AEW Dark and Dark Elevation. And I've said AEW Dark and Dark Elevation about a million times now. But that's what I wanted to see. We're Wednesday, right in the middle of a already jam-packed week. So the things that are more pertinent is AEW Rampage this Friday is going to start at 6 p.m. and then we're going to have Collision at their normal time. I do believe normal. Yeah, 8 p.m. on TNT on Friday. So that's coming up. June 9th is Battleground. June 1st is 5-Star Wrestling. They're going to be celebrating a year. I think it's 5, some sort of amount of years. I do believe it's 5 though. If it's a celebration, Enzo Amore is going to be down there to Pajama Factory, 1307 Park Ave. I do believe that's the address. But yeah, the Pajama Factory, the historical Pajama Factory in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come on and see a past WWE superstar. He was on NXT for quite some time, and then on the main roster, and with the NXT Cruiserweight division, the WWE Cruiserweight division, he was a Cruiserweight champion. I think that's going to be a great event. Looking forward to it. Now, with that being said, let's jump into the week's worth of intake. And to jump into that week's of coverage, we start off with Raw, May 13th, 2024. This was a Queen of the Ring qualifying match. Shayna Baszler defeated Io Sky. Next up was a King of the Ring qualifying match. Gunther defeated Kofi Kingston. Next up, Bronson Reed defeated Akira Tozawa. For a Queen of the Ring qualifying match, Lyra Valkyria defeated Zoe Stark. Then we seen Sami Zayn defeat Otis. For a Queen of the Ring match, we seen Becky Lynch defeat Dakota Kai in an excellent match, harkening back to the Black and Gold NXT days. Then we seen the Judgment Day defeat the New Catch Republic, the Creed Brothers, and the Authors of Pain. After that was a King of the Ring qualifying match. Jey Uso defeated Ilya Dragunov for the main event of Raw. And we move on to NXT from May 14th, 2024. Sol Ruka defeated Izzy Dame. Alta Mud defeated Idris Nofe and Malik Blade. Lash Legend defeated Ivy Nile Ivy Nile defeated Lash Legend defeated Ivy Nile. Devon Evans then defeated Oro Mensah. The Good Brothers defeated Chase University. Lola Vice defeated Carly Bright. Tony D'Angelo defeated Charlie Dempsey. For the main event, which was a very good match in my opinion, but it definitely got a lot of people talking, maybe thinking that Tony D'Angelo didn't deserve to win the Heritage Cup, but oh man, that was a great match. I'm trying not to get wrapped up into the politics of that. I just wanted to have fun, but I know not everybody does that. Like, I know a lot of people get complained about, like, not knowing every match on AEW, for example. That's something I wanted to mention earlier is, like, tonight, Kyle Fletcher versus Malachi Black, definitely a concrete, not to jump into spoilers, it's not like I'm reading Ring of Honor spoilers from this week or anything like that, but we are Wednesday, past Dynamite. When Dynamite just happened, so to spoil the next episode, I did want to mention that. But Kyle Fletcher versus Malachi Black concreted to be into choice of not only match of the year for television, but also just plain out match of the year. And I thought, man, there's no way they could top this. I completely forgot that Bryan Danielson was set to face Satnam Singh, and anytime Bryan Danielson walks out of that ring, no matter what he's doing, you gotta keep your eye on that for match of the year contender. But sometimes you gotta follow things. Sometimes maybe I don't pay attention to the TV stuff, but sometimes you gotta follow on social media. You hear it over there. You hear it on YouTube, which, by the way, Matching the Meal is a very good program on YouTube. I was watching that. That kind of concept has been done before on the WWE network, but it's very good stuff. It was very entertaining. They sat down with Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston. Oh my God. Tony Khan's gonna be mad if he hears this episode, but they sat down with Eddie Kingston, talked about several matches. They ate some barbecue. It was really cool. But I digress. Some people need to know everything that's going on. I kind of get excited when I don't know, or I forget, oh my God, I forgot Daniel Bryan was going to come out. But and I know not everybody watches wrestling does it that way, so that's what I was trying to bring it back around to. Which does bring us to AEW Dynamite from May 15th, 2024. Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson defeat Kyle Fletcher and Powerhouse Hobbs. The Young Bucks defeat Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. Hook defeats Sebastian Wolf. Swerve Strickland defeats Brian Cage. Tony Storm defeats Harley Cameron. Then we had a great Will Ospreay promo, a very, very good Will Ospreay promo. The Sasha and Willow in-ring contract signing, where I not do believe, but Willow has gotten so much better with her promos and her facials and the faces she makes and just the emotion she displays. Everything's great on that end. And Mercedes is definitely playing her role in that part too. Ended up with a power bomb through the table, whereas most contract signings do end in professional wrestling. But I digest. We've seen then the main event, Okada defeated Dax Harwood. Another match that should be concreted in for match of the year contender. We move on to TNA from May 16th, 2024. We've seen Ash by Elegance defeat Xia Brookside. We then seen a very awesome Rosemary promo. Leon Slater defeated Alan Angels. Something then attacks and turns on Cody Deaner, as Cody Deaner was explaining that he regrets joining and forming Violent by Design, reforming the Violent by Design after whatever. But he wasn't hearing none of that noise. He attacked him. This week, tomorrow, as I'm recording this, we're going to be Speedball Mike Bailey versus Trent Seven. Then we had a great promo by Santana again. We've seen Frankie Kazarian defeat Steve Maclin. And then the biggest the biggest match in TNA. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that microphone attack. I was itching my mustache, but yeah, this was the one of the biggest something or other. It was touted as heavily a very, very large and chaotic match, is all I know. But Matt Hardy, Eric Young, Joe Hendry, Sami Callihan, Steph DeLander, and Spitfire defeated all the champions: Moose, Eddie Edwards, Alicia Edwards, Mustafa Ali, Jordan Grace, Masha Slamovich, and Laredo Kid. for the main event of TNA. And we move on to Ring of Honor from the same day, May 16, 2024. Kyle Fletcher defeated Montalo. Satnam Singh and Jay Lethal defeated the Dark Order, which now I see that in hindsight, why that happened, because of the Dark Order. Satnam Singh facing Bryan Danielson tonight, and them putting a hit on them, as in the Young Bucks, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson putting a hit out from Jeff Jarrett's group, which, man, Jeff Jarrett still got it, baby. We seen Anna Jay defeat Tara Zepp. 5-Star Wrestling just had Tara Zepp at the We Are 5-Star Wrestling event at the Monster Factory over at WrestleMania weekend. Sky Blue defeated Rachel Ellering. We had a Spanish Announce Project promo that was really good. Dante Martin and Action Andretti defeat John Cruz and Levi Knight. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett defeated Jason Geiger and London Lightning. And we move on to SmackDown from May 17th, 2024. 2024 is the year that we're currently residing in. Queen of the Ring match, Bianca Belair defeated Tiffany Stratton. Tama Tonga defeated LA Knight for the King of the Ring match. Queen of the Ring match, Nia Jax defeated Jade Cargill. Didn't want to see it because I wanted to see Jade and Bianca butt heads, but I do understand, and I think it might be better this way to build up to that match, even if it is a sporting contest between two friends, or the beginning of a epic rivalry. Either way, I think it's best to hold off on that for a little bit and move forward with it. You see what I'm saying? That let them cook, as they say. You know what I'm saying? DIY defeated Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Then we seen for a King of the Ring match in the main event, Randy Orton defeated Carmelo Hayes. Then, because this week was different, but upcoming this current week is going to be back to normal. But we did see Collision before Rampage, that's like dessert before dinner. May 18th, 2024, Will Ospreay defeated Shane Taylor. A+, Hook defeated Johnny TV. Shibata defeated Rocky Romero. A++. Brian Keith defeated the Beefcake Boulder. And then we seen a very good Pac promo. The Bang Bang Gang attack him into the next promo, as he had said, make me feel something, and they certainly did. And then as of tonight, we realized that, hell yeah, the Death Triangle are back. Sorry to spoil that, but I had to get that off my chest. Orange Cassidy defeated Isaiah Cassidy. Serena Deeb defeated Anna Jay. Nick Wayne defeated Jack Cartwheel, excellent. Bryan Danielson and FTR defeat Lance Archer and The Righteous. We'll move on to Rampage. Kyle Fletcher defeated Lee Moriarty. Rush defeated Cody Chun. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Robin Renegade. Brian Cage defeated Anthony Bowens. And as far as that goes, that's the week's worth of stuff. And I want to try something different this week with a new segment called Keep It or Delete It. Now I'm talking about my weekly television stuff, and this segment goes for, should I keep it on the DVR or should I delete it? So all the weekly shows will be given a keep or delete thing. So now you know how I'm moving, what I'm doing, and how I'm doing it with Keep It or Delete It. Which will be a new segment in addition to the week's Pick 6, of course. Let's try it. Let's jump right into this new segment I want to try called Keep It or Delete It. Every segment, every show that's weekly television, I'm going to give a rating for Keep It or Delete It. Monday Night Raw, I'm keeping it. NXT, I'm keeping it. Dynamite, I'm keeping it. TNA, I'm deleting it, unfortunately. Ring of Honor, They're on a streaming service, not so much a DVR, but I'm deleting it. I wouldn't go back and rewatch that one. SmackDown, same way, I'm deleting that from the DVR. Rampage, delete it. Collision, keep it. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this debut of a brand new segment called Keep It or Delete It. Alright, friends and foes, that brings us to the end of the week. We're capping it off with a pick 6. My pick 6 goes like this. This week, my man of the week is Bryan Danielson. I mean, I just love to see the man perform, and it's getting down there to the last bit. So, if you don't like it. Woman of the week, Willow Nightingale. Team of the week, The Good Brothers. Singles match of the week was Katsuyori Shibata versus Rocky Romero. Multi-person tag match of the week was the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Righteous and Lance Archer. The Blackpool Combat Club, I'm saying. Bryan Danielson and FTR versus Lance Archer and the Righteous. And my show of the week was Collision. Because of that lovely Shibata versus Rocky Romero match. So with that being said, thank you for listening. If you listened, if you like what you heard, like it on the platform you're following it on. If you're new to the Suplexes and Stuff podcast, make sure you follow on your platform of choice. Hit like on YouTube, follow there, subscribe, Scoogalucci on YouTube, Suplexes and Stuff on every audio platform you can think of. Thank you for your patronage. I like doing this for you guys. I like sitting down and diarying or going over my coverage of the wrestling I watched for that amount of time that I hadn't caught up with you folks. I know I got don't get a huge reach, but got some people that stay pretty dedicated to what I've been doing over the years, and I do appreciate you, and I do thank you. And any interaction, any help, any likes, the stuff you guys do definitely helps. The mental aspect and to get the gears going. It helps the algorithms. Shoot a like, shoot a comment, share the video. I don't care about sharing anymore, but a little interaction never hurts. It goes a very long way on both sides. A like, a comment, stuff like that really helps fuel the gears, and it shows the appreciation. It definitely does. It's definitely something that makes you feel good a couple of days after. I got X amount of likes, and thank you, man. Like I said, I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you to listening to this man ramble. Thank you, and good night.